Music goes out, we come in. I'm Extremes, and with me is Hayes. This is ESL Southeast Europe Championship Season 9, and it is Bpro versus BlueJays Sports. I was looking for the esports there, Matt. Where is it?
That's not there, Mike. I'm not sure where it is.
Well, where we are is train, and well, with 1:41 on the clock, we are about to get into this bomb site. And actually, they pull up the handbrake just as I say that, so it's going to be a little while before they go.
Yeah, a minute and 30 seconds on the clock here. Still no frags being found by either side. Does look like it's going to be the B execute here now that Dimk has found that first frag onto Rocking. That's certainly going to prompt them to get that push going forward and look to find that bomb plant, turn this into a post-plant situation. Although, what's going on? It's an A split. What is the strategy from BlueJays? I can't say I've seen this one before, and it looks like they've pulled it off. Although, Nicky, he could be the one to unravel this whole strat as he does find a good frag, allows Danislaw to get into it as well, buying enough time, and this does look like it's going to be a round one for BlueJays.
Yeah, we know how good they are on this map. Of course, they were called a Apocalypse in the first weekend in the qualifier, so... yeah. A little bit of a thing to get used to, but I think I can say BlueJays a lot quicker and easier than I could say Apocalypse. I just wanted to say Apocalypse the whole time, eh?
Yeah, I certainly want to buy the man a drink, whoever decided to make that change in their their marketing arm of their business or their organization. Anyway, BlueJays do draw first blood, Mike, and this is against Bpro. This is Bpro's map as well. Of course, the Bulgarian side is one of the favorites to go on and win the championship. So let's see how much damage BlueJays can inflict against them. Good test to see exactly where they are as a team as well, going up against a team like Bpro.
Interesting to see Bpro go this way. We know historically they're great on this map, but the very little we've seen out of BlueJays, they dominated Fate on this map. So
yeah.
They're no slouches here, and they could actually give Bpro a much harder time than they might be expecting. I wonder if Bpro has actually done much research on them, or if they're sort of just winging it. Meanwhile, talking about winging it, he wings Madden, and he goes down.
Yeah, 3 scouts here for Bpro. Not the most ideal weaponry, considering that BlueJays are going to be getting B bomb sites. Not really the type of weapon you want to be retaking. Although, BlueJays are not rushing into anything. I like to see this composure and discipline, actually. Sorry for the interruption there.
Taking their sweet time as well. I was going to go with it.
That's definitely an apt way of putting it. Nicky might find the timing here, and he does actually take down Sereni. He's got the AK as well, so certainly a lot more potential for damage there. As the fake does come through on the A bomb side, leaves Rocking in no man's land. So BlueJays at least get themselves a bomb plant, but they would certainly be expecting a lot more from the round than just a plant alone. As the bomb does go down. Great shot there from the scout from Danislaw, taking down Holmes. And that takes us into a 2 versus 2. You're very aggressive, pushing along the top, but he has a fantastic shot there. D-Face now the only man remaining, and he's got a MAC-10. Nicky's got the AK to work with here. They're dancing around each other, and the MAC-10 is going to inflict huge damage to the face of Nicky, and BlueJays win the round.
Yeah, poor Nicky, they just barely landed after soaring through the sky, and he gets swatted down with the MAC-10. Of course, the mobility there just undoing him a little bit. And, well, I think BlueJays pretty damn lucky to actually win that one, considering the situation.
Yeah, they really were fortunate. And see, Bpro actually opting to force buy here, Mike, realizing that they did so much damage to BlueJays' economy that if they could potentially win the round here, it would certainly be worth it as they'd be resetting BlueJays' economy. 3 scouts again.
Yeah, well, it worked for them in the previous round, although I'd say it worked for them on one player. Let's see if Danislaw can do this again. Rocking, though, doesn't need his help. Sends home back home.
Yeah, nice first frag there for Bpro. Certainly going to be giving them a better shot at this. So Zix, a little bit overexpansive there from him. I don't think he needed to push forward. Although Madden might get caught in the back. Yeah, no! He decides to check his corners. Rocking hits the ground, and that's actually the B bomb site wide open. You can see Madden is relaying that information to his team because they immediately put a stop on executing onto the A bomb site. And that is a very good decision because what that break does is it forces Bpro to start considering the B bomb site and rotate the extra man out, even though BlueJays are still most likely to end up committing to A. Although, Bpro looks like they're saying, all right, so if you're going to go B, we're either going to save our weapons or we're going to retake. We're still committing wholeheartedly to this A defense. And BlueJays, they just waltz their way into an empty B bomb site. And now we figure out exactly what Bpro plan to do. Is it going to be the retake or is it going to be the save? What do you advocate for?
I think they need to actually save.
Yeah, well, that's not fair. You got to see. Cheater. Yeah, good decision to save, as you said, though. 3 scouts. That's highly valuable weaponry.
Yeah, they can still do some damage. I mean, if they decided to actually go towards A bomb side, had BlueJays walking into those 3 scouts, considering the HP on Dimka and Madden, actually could have worked in the favor of Bpro, but in the end, the force buy not going to quite get them across the line. It is almost a force buy in the buy run, just courtesy of the buy in the previous one as well. So.
Yeah, that's absolutely a force buy.
So it's keeping their economy actually quite limited, which I can understand why they do it. If you're the team that feels you're a little bit superior on the day, you'll often force buy a bit more, take a few more risks. You feel like if you can just get the momentum away from the other team, you can wrestle control away of the game. But you know, if it doesn't work for you, then you end up looking a little bit silly. And right now they're not looking silly, but certainly not looking that pretty on the scoreboard, considering this is a heavily CT favored map now that the Augs are so popular.
That's exactly the point I was going to make, Mike, is that the fact that BlueJays have already found themselves 3 rounds, the first 3 rounds, their side really puts them in good stead heading into the rest of the half. If they can go on and pick up maybe 2 more rounds, I think that's a really good half for them. At the bare minimum, 2 more, and this is an eco for them. So 2 should be, or excuse me, this round Nicky should be an easy pickup. Yeah, Nicky missing the mark there with that grenade. Still some potential for damage here. They've got scouts with armor. They can connect on some shots and bring those pistols into play. Certainly potential. Ooh. And Nicky, well, he doesn't need the pistols to add to the equation because he's just going to do the job himself. Although BlueJays, seeing that there's quite a number of CT players on that A bomb side, push their way straight into B and finding the frags along with that as well.
And the classic connector control coming in with the molly, so that's going to deny any form of retake early on. These players can still afford to try and take a bit of fights here for Bpro. They do have the money that'll be coming into play with a full buy in the next round, so they're not going to be too worried about dropping these weapons.
Yeah.
Giving it a shot. Not working so far.
They could also inflict some damage to BlueJays' economy. Rocking does get a frag. Danislaw looking to find a 3rd for his team in the round, or just missing the mark there. He's going to be pursued here. Jumping backwards, he gets the lineup, takes both of their heads clean off, and Danislaw says thank you very much. D-Face at least still getting the kill with the upgraded weapon as well.
Oh, that's fantastic. I love it when that sort of thing happens, and it happens in an official. You usually see it happening in some stupid matchmaking game, but
yeah,
it's anything but. And here we go, replay.
Just getting around the corner, and then
fantastic.
Easy swing. Okay, so we are into the bread and butter, Mike. The meat and the potatoes. This is the round I've been waiting for. And look at BlueJays. They're not wasting any time. This is some old VP strategies here, pushing straight into the A bomb side.
Oh, Nicky.
Although it's Nicky who comes out on top with a quick double, and that certainly does keep Bpro's noses in front. NKY playing around the smoke as well. Finds himself a kill, though. Sereni still keeping BlueJays in the round, picking up a frag. And oh man, that just certainly does swing the pendulum in Bpro's favor. Sereni now looking to see what he can find in this 1 versus 3. Identified the location of one of the remaining players, spots a second, and the third is the one to take him down. Danislaw with that AWP immediately having an impact, and it's Bpro getting on the board.
Absolutely, Bpro, they're making that look pretty emphatic as well, and thanks to some good work there out of Nicky. I think, well, he's been one of the guys that we've seen in previous weeks do fantastically in last season, of course, so they'd be looking for him to step up. Of course, limited opportunity so far, considering the scoreline and the way it's been. But Bpro now with a great opportunity to come back into the money, already in a bad spot here for BlueJays.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have been able to get out there, but he does.
Yeah, he could actually inflict some damage up close with his P250, though. He does get wrapped upon. Unfortunately, his teammates aren't really able to come in and assist. And although there is some damage dealt, none of them have actually translated into kills. That's frustrating for BlueJay. Look at this, 3 players who are solo. Finally, one of them gets taken down. Madden, he's gotten 2 of them now. If he could find a 3rd here, that might actually give him some room to work with, though. Nicky, ever present, certainly been the driving force for Bpro so far in the early stages of train.
Indeed, so 4-2. BlueJays still in the lead, of course, but Bpro now coming back into it. We'll see the buy out of BlueJays, so We'd expect to see them bring the fire and the flames, the shock and the awe. And you were talking about meat and potatoes. Are you hungry, mate?
Mike, let's not start this conversation, please. We're still only on the third map. Long way away before I get my supper. So, we have only had one proper buy round in our past 6 rounds, which is not what you would expect. So many forces means that we haven't had as many buy rounds. And the one that we did have, BlueJays just got hyper aggressive into that A bomb site. So this is the first conventional buy round that we've seen, and it does look like Bpro are getting some early inroads. Zix identifying there has to be a player.
Oh, he walked past him.
But how? Oh no. Okay.
Oh yes.
Okay,
yes.
Here comes the knife. Oh no, he's actually looking for a second frag. Yeah, some good trigger discipline. And as Sereni tries to escape, unwittingly, Zix behind him finds an easy kill. Nikki up close here should make easy work of this double drop pop. Of course, this is one of the invented ways. Well, they're not going to opt for the drop. Just referring to that stack into pop drop. One of the ways teams have derived to try and get that part of the map. Really difficult part of the map to take control of terrorists, I must say.
Yeah, of course. You can always pop a flash down and try and land in front of it, do all sorts of things there. Just going for the vanilla entry and doesn't quite work. Dimka might be able to get the plant, but I think he's going to get denied.
Nice jump there by Rocking, and he's going to be able to find the frag. So, Bpro certainly starting to hit their stride now after finding 3 consecutive rounds. They've dealt with the past 2 buy rounds with ease as well.
I was getting so excited, yeah, man. Just didn't happen.
Yeah. He went for the more logical option and trying to find a multi-kill as opposed to just going for the straight-up knife.
Multi-kill with knives, that's how you do it. Ask JW.
If you can cast your mind back to where then Apocalypse played against Fate on this map, they got that 13-2 halftime scoreline, or 14-1 even, and they still only managed to close out the map at 16-8. So they did struggle to find rounds on their T side. I wonder if we're going to start to see that theme coming back into it here now against Bpro. At least they did get that 4-round buffer to kick proceedings off. Now they make their way towards the B bomb site. They're going to be looking for a plant, but good use of utility is keeping them off the normal plant spot. But they get onto the bomb and still, or onto that train and rather get the bomb down. So that's a success in itself for BlueJays. I don't think they're going to be able to get a lot more done other than that plant. 2 kills, that's not bad.
Yeah, 2 kills in a plant. Good outcome overall for the... Whoa! Okay.
Jeez.
Could he get more?
Can he find another here? He should have actually gotten that kill onto Danny's Law. And look, the smoke that was deployed by Zix was onto default, which means that the bomb was not covered whatsoever from that player in heaven. That could have gotten nasty there.
Yeah, if one more bullet landed on Denny's Law, well, Denny was coleslaw, so to speak, and that could have left it in a 1v1, which would have gotten super dicey. Jeez, I'm pulling out all the food here, dicing, slicing, coleslaw, meat and potatoes. Yeah. You hungry, man?
I'm not a fan of coleslaw, so you did there, Mike.
Yeah, you told me. I mean, it's like, I got to make sure that I take away the hunger pangs after I started it, you know?
You like your watery salads.
Well... Let's see if what's going to happen over here for Zix. He's in a pretty good spot.
He is, and he's got some supports as well from Danny's Law. And he does spot out a player. The shots get baited, which means the BlueJays identify his position and they get the kill. No trade immediately coming through either. And that's a really nice advantage for BlueJays in this round. How do they use it, though? This is the question. It's been a while since they found themselves a nice early advantage.
Yeah, it's going to be an unfamiliar bit of territory for them now, because as you say, been quite some time since they were in this ascendancy and around, and 24 HP on Rocking, that might give them an opportunity here to find another kill potentially, going for some control out of Ivy. But there are 3 players in pretty close proximity on the right of Ivy, and this could catch them off.
This is an interesting hold from Bpro, I must say. There isn't any immediate rotators that Bpro, they are heavily investing into defending A. Rocking tasked with locking down B by himself. After that frag was found, the rotation is coming through from Danny's Law, padding up the B bomb side. Rocking with a nicely timed peek there, does find one frag. Danny's Law with the orb just misses the timing. So it's going to be a 3 versus 3 post plant here. Make that a 2 versus 3 as Madden has a nice early impact before the bomb does go down, though. Danny's Law ever present with that AWP. He has also certainly picked up his game here on train, and he finds another frag, but D-Face chiming in with one of his own is going to leave Nikki in this 1 versus 1. Does Nikki, or rather does D expect him to be so close, and he has no problem closing out that kill. I thought Nikki might actually catch D-Face off guard there.
But he didn't. D clearly wise to it, and well done to him, because I didn't actually think he had much of a chance. As an AWP in that sort of proximity, you're pretty close to another player, a lot of angles to deal with, but he guesses right, and it works out. I mean, after some heroics here from Dennyslaw, he looked pretty good.
I thought he was actually going to find that final shot as well onto D, but in the end, D clutching it out with a nice 1v, an influential 1v2 as well, because that actually gets BlueJays ahead again. It makes sure Bpro's economy remains in check, and it gets them a 5th round on their T side, which I would say is a landmark.
Absolutely. That scoreboard is some strange reading, just how much of an impact Dennyslaw is having. He's got all the kills, all the ADR, and then you got NKY on 2 kills, with 13 ADRs.
Does Dennyslaw 15? Did I see that correctly? Yep. Oh, wow. Okay, that is insane. Let's see what he can get done in this round. It's going to be aggressive BlueJays in towards A main early on.
Well, that's some big shoes that he's trying to fill, because, of course, previous season Poison was in Bpro and he moved over to Wendigo.
Yeah.
Dennyslaw now the AWPer, and, well, those are some massive boots, considering Poison has even hung with the likes of Simple in ESL Pro League.
I'd say he's actually doing a fairly good job, considering. Certainly has filled that gap somewhat.
Yeah, in this game, having great impact. He looked pretty good last week as well. Yeah. Bpro, exactly. Of course, in a fairly tough position, because they had to forfeit a game, and Six not forfeiting that peak. He gets mad, and he's going to eat a nade for his trouble, and quite a large nade as it were. But Bpro do need to win this series if they're going to keep in contention for the playoffs, and Dennyslaw doing his best.
Yeah, he does miss that first shot, which he should have landed, but at least for kill on Sereni. And they're keeping tabs on the A bomb side here. Nicky not allowing the terrorist pop, but he's actually going to go for the aggressive play here. What was he thinking? That may actually lead to their demise here, as it actually allows BlueJays to start to get into this A bomb site. There is a lurk coming through. That's going to be NK, who shuts down D-Face, dropping the bomb as well, and that throws a massive spanner into the engine of BlueJays. Dennyslaw dominating them in the yard at the moment, and he's going to find the final frag of the round as well. Really good stuff from the AWPer, picking up his 18th.
Triple kill from him in the round, and he's continuing to be a terror here. He just needs his teammates to show up, because I mean, if in that rich vein of form, if the others were doing a little bit more, BlueJays wouldn't have anything in this game.
Yeah, for sure. I would say though that Train CT side is the side that you want to be on as an AWPer. There is so much potential, and really it is one of those maps or one of those halves where if your AWPer's on fire, he can single-handedly carry your side through the half, and we're seeing that exactly right now. Having a quick look at the highlights here, Dennyslaw has been very influential in Bpro's past 5 round wins.
Doing some great work, rocking the double AWP. Now, of course, not rocking, because he's a player on the server, of course, but they are making use of the double AWP, and the nade should also wreak some damage, in which it does. Yeah,
Dennyslaw is also in the B bomb site, so he is being very good in his decision-making in terms of where he is playing around the map.
Come on.
He just dominates Dimke through the smoke there. And BlueJays, I mean, they've done pretty well to get a plant, but there's not much you can do when you're being dominated through smoke like that. And he keeps himself alive, avoiding Sereni, who was snapping at his heels like a little whippersnapper dog there or something like that. D done a pretty good job of to actually lurk behind him. Yeah, is he going to go for a knife, or he gets the free frag onto Six? It's taken down by NK, but that was not a bad result.
Yeah, nice and cheeky there.
Let go of the defuse. Oh, wow, just in time he gets back on. Unfortunately, he's got the kit. Wow, that could have been dicey. I'm not sure what Rocking was thinking there, actually.
Maybe trying to let his teammates recover some utility or something like that. But yeah, that made me hold my breath there. He probably audibly heard me. Like, oh no. Not good, but good for Bpro. 6-5. They're in the lead now. And, well, they're going to want to hold on to that. 5 already for BlueJays on a map like Train with how T-sided it is these days. Actually, a pretty good result already. So if they can just build on that, they'll be in a pretty good position going into CT side. And we know how good they can be on CT side on this map. So yeah, going to be a tough time.
One more round here, I think that BlueJays are going to be in a really good position heading into the second.
Yeah, I got to agree with you there, man. Oh, a lot of damage being traded. Was that a nade or... Oh, no, it's the push from Zix.
Yep, these were sprays coming through the smoke, and he actually finds both of these players. Good assistance coming through from Nicky as well. And before BlueJays can even find any control around the map, they've already lost 2 players. At least Madden's been able to get into Pop. but how much work can he get done from this position? Of course, Bpro are going to have their sights trained on Pop Dog. And yeah, BlueJays definitely find themselves in a spot of bother here. One player towards A main, one towards Ivy, one towards Pop. It's pretty much do or die here for all three of them from an individual perspective. Someone's going to have to find some sort of heroics and try and get them team into a winnable position in the round, but I just don't see it happening.
Zix there continuing to clean up on triple kill at the moment. And there's NKY adding to his tally as well. He's been a little bit quiet on this map, but quietly going about his business. And both, well, we've got 2 Ds at the moment. Double Ds. There we go. The HUD fixed itself.
Yeah. Everyone likes some double Ds.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Still for all 5 players alive for Bpro. And in fact, D is going to get taken down without even firing a single bullet. Nice work there by Nicky, taking him down right at the end of the round. Bpro get themselves the 7th and starting to look like a much more respectable half from their perspective than what it was not too long ago.
Yeah, much better out of them, and that's definitely been off the back of some nice individual play. Mostly Danny's Lob in that round. Zix also doing his part fantastically for his team. 7-5.
Yeah.
Round 13, and we do have the CZ buy here. Not quite a force since they're equalizing their money, but I guess by any other metric it would be called the force buy.
Yeah, considering the round loss bonus they've got to work with, they can afford to spend a little bit of extra money, dip in towards that $1,500 mark. They've already expended a lot of that utility though, and they haven't found any back of it. It's an aggressive playthrough, A mania from Nicky. He might actually get traded out here. Yeah, unfortunate timing means he's going to go down, and I think that's actually a favorable trade for BlueJays. Getting themselves an AK onto D as well. He's got armor to work with, so there's certainly some potential with that weapon. Denny's Lord just getting above the smoke, and it's well timed at that because Madden may have just been able to lurk into the bomb site up and down the ring of Rosie. Zix actually gets both of them in the end, but that was an interesting situation. Sereni, he's got the lurk here. He certainly needs to have a little bit more impact in this game. Only 2 kills to his name so far. He's going to add 1 before he gets taken down, but I think if BlueJays are going to be competitive on this map, he's going to have to start hitting his shots along with Holmes. Only 6 frags between the 2 of them, Mike.
Yeah, and Sereni, one of the better players in this team. We'd expect him to be there or thereabouts. I mean, T-side is really hard on this particular map, but still need a bit more output out of those 2 players. Scoreline's still pretty favorable for the T's overall, considering the map, but they're going to want more. I mean, they had 4-0 at one point, so need probably a better result. In the meantime, D just eating nades to the face, and then finally Denny actually loses a duel.
Like you said, finally. This is something we're not familiar with him seeing, his body hitting the ground so early on. Madden just goes for a quick dip in the fire, looking for some information. Zix says, come on, do that one more time. I dare you. Although, it's actually been a pretty good job because that's baited Zix towards Pop Dog, which has opened up a gap in towards the A bomb site, and it's allowed the terrorists to start infiltrating. They do find that frag. 1-man advantage for them. This is actually a great opportunity for BlueJays to get themselves a 6th round. How do they work with it? Smokes allow them to potentially get the plant here as they get themselves onto the site. Rocking not going to be able to deny it. Bomb goes down, turns into the post plant.
Pretty good post-plant situation, low HP, which may help in the numbers deficit you have for Bpro. They're going to be confident of their skills. They need to find some early kills. Rocking there with some good work, but he's taking a ton of damage. See if that nade can bank it. Oh, that's just a huge fail that it bounces off, but is it going to matter 2v2?
Yeah, looks like it's going to be fairly influential considering that BlueJays are doing a pretty good job of keeping the players alive though. As I say that, Nicky and NKY find the frags respectively, close out the round, and unfortunately for BlueJays, it just wasn't meant to be. Pointing out, you need to save the second orb to his teammate there as well. And we're going to head into the final round of the first half with a 9-5 scoreline. Danny's Law has got 20 frags to his name, Zix with 14. On the opposite side for BlueJays, it's Dimk, and I didn't spot the second one on 11. Was that Madden?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, between the 2 of them, they're doing most of the work for BlueJays on this T side. Again, looking to get some early control here for terrorist side. He connected onto that Sereni. Brought down to 63, and Nicky has been an absolute headache for BlueJays in terms of A main. He has just given them no free control here whatsoever, always challenging them. And even though he does then increase the risk of him losing his life, he's also been denying BlueJays any part of that map.
Yes, he has indeed. And, well, at 9-5, it's quite a difficult situation here. Bpro, well, they'd be looking to get the double digits. It'll certainly help their cause going into T-side, considering the difficulty of T-side. And Denny's Law's AWP just rings out and wreaths destruction yet again, rocking.
Really good spray transfer there. Leaves it on to D in the 1 versus 4.
Through the smoke, Zix. Rounding it out rather fittingly, 10-5. Bpro will be pretty happy with that considering their slow start.
Yeah, they certainly will be. BlueJays only able to add a single round onto the that they found initially. So, like you said, that's certainly going to be a happier Bpro of the two teams heading into the second half. And I just wanted to make a point, although we've been saying what a heavily CT-sided map this is, when you've got players like Denny's Law who are hitting such nutty shots and just capable of finding entries across the map, it certainly does make the T side a bit easier. So let's keep our eyes on Denny's Law when he does pick up that AWP and see what sort of impact he has on the T side. But it's going to be up to BlueJays to get off to a good start here and pick up this pistol round.
Yeah, very much so. I think if they can get off to a good start, they could potentially build a pretty good innings and get back into it. Again, 5 is traditionally enough on this map, but if you lose the pistol, you do create a rather difficult situation for yourself. CT side, of course, difficult to build an economy on, so
yeah,
they need to probably hit straight out of the gates with the pistol, and Bpro are going to want to deny that at all costs. They already forfeited a map last week, and that could potentially hurt them in playoff time, so they don't want to drop any more trying to get towards the playoffs, being one of the teams we've got to consider favorites.
Yeah, for sure. I'm looking forward to seeing Nexus, actually. We haven't had an opportunity to cast their games yet. They still haven't played a single match. So, what did Bpro conjure up in this pistol round? Well, Nicky's going to have to be subtracted from that equation as he loses his head early. Trade is there, though. Denny's Law looking to get the advantage for his team, and he does exactly that. That's the A bomb side now in control of the Bulgarians, and they're looking to take more than that. They're not just content with control of the bomb side. They want all the frags to go with that as well. Rocking closes it out with the double, and that is a great start to the second half for Bpro.
Fast and emphatic. I like how they went about their business there, just smashing them quickly and without much delay. No subterfuge, just running out.
Yeah. Why even go for the bomb plant? Let's just kill our opponents. Same result at the end of the day.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what they're looking for.
Oh, actually not a bad result for BlueJays. They trade that frag out, drop the AK, and only costs them 1 life. But Sereni gets the advantage there with a nice shot onto Denny's Law, but Zix again, the man to keep the numbers in even contention here in this round. 3 AKs for the remaining 3 Bpro players. They really don't want to round and give those AKs to BlueJays, because that would certainly be a nice boost to their armory. Let's see if Dimke can find any success here towards Pop. No, Zix ready and waiting is going to decapitate him. And Sereni loses his life there as well to NK. Is it NKY or is it NK? I can't figure it out.
I don't know. Maybe we should ask somebody.
Guys in chat, if you're familiar, is it NK or NKY? Would appreciate some assistance on that one. Could be either, actually. But
you never know.
You never know.
What
I do know is that our Bpro are looking pretty good, and it's going to be an E BlueJays.
Yeah, tough time for the CT side, and they're almost shut out of this one if they don't win the first buy round, which is coming up next. So yeah, should be pretty much a regulation round, just money in the bank, theoretically, but a little bit of damage coming in, actually, courtesy of these CTs doing a bit more than they probably should.
Denny's Law brings things back into fruition with that quick triple, though. Holmes still finding some work with this USP. What is actually going on right now? Bpro seems to be making heavy work of these T rounds, and Holmes is even going to bring it down to a 1 versus 1, an unwinnable one at that, as Rocking just immediately takes him down. But the fact that BlueJays find 4 kills is actually still a bit of a success. That triple kill from Denny's Law certainly was the influential play in that round.
Yeah, the difference maker, so to speak, and they certainly needed that. And oh no, the gun fell down the side there. It's just, well, Valve, please fix.
Does that, wait, did they lose it? Or did it go out of the map?
Yeah, got stuck out of the map.
That is infuriating. All right, so first buy round of the second half. Let's see what BlueJays can bring to the table here. They have to pick this round up. If they don't, that probably is going to be the beginning of the end. Bpro faking an A execute here with all the smokes and the flashes to come over, but D-Face ready and waiting over at B is going to connect on his first 2 shots with that AWP, immediately shutting down the execute. Rocking elsewhere is going to be able to find a frag at least, but it is still the numbers remaining in favor of BlueJays. D trying to lock down this B bomb site by himself. Looks like Bpro are going to actually try and use the time to their advantage here and rotate back over towards the A bomb site. There's only one player here from BlueJays right now. Both of these Bpro players going to be coming through Pop Dog. No immediately spot coming, or not immediately spotted as they come out. Though the use of the utility is going to be giving the play away. Can they get a bomb plant here? If they can turn this into a post plant and make their way back in towards Pop and E-Box, that might be winnable, but Sereni chimes in with his frag at perfect timing there, and he's going to double up onto Rocking as well. Great round win for BlueJays.
Yeah, they certainly needed that. The game started getting a little bit out of hand, but they do manage to rein it in thanks to Sereni. And also over on that B-bomb site, D, actually, they made it pretty easy for him. They're just walking into his crosshair there on top, but, oh, there we go. The gun's stuck in the side. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, that's crazy. I actually played a game once just for a quick backstory on Overpass, and there's a little lawnmower from the T side as you go up the stairs towards Party, and we dropped the bomb. This isn't an official as well. We dropped the bomb by the lawnmower, and it actually went under the lawnmower, and we couldn't pick it up, and we lost the round because of that. Yeah, so there are a few of these quirks in the game that you need to be aware of, Madden, aware that the presence might be coming through from A main, and he finds himself a nice pick. NKY trying to get that AWP to a more competent teammate than himself. D connecting on that shot there, but not closing out the frag. So nice early advantage here for BlueJays, and doing a bit of damage to Zix as well means that they are sitting pretty so far.
Interesting that they threw the AWP to Rocking to take the shot. Not a recognized AWP, but it must have been based off the spawn, I guess. And he managed to miss it and lost the duel against an AUG, which is always a bad feeling if you're an AWP. But thankfully he isn't an AWP, so he could probably take a little bit of heart at missing that one.
Yeah. Where do you draw the line, though? I mean, if you've best spawned a simple drop him the AWP, I mean, probably not the best idea. Of course, I'm not likening Rocking to Zeus, but it's just one of those things that I don't think it's always just because the guy has the best spawn, you should give him the AWP. Anyway, let's see what Bpro
Except if it's me. Give me the AWP. I'll take it.
Nobody give Extremes the AWP, please. Bpro, they're going to try and execute into the B-bomb site here, identifying that they do have a deficiency in the numbers. If they can try and make up for that with the teamwork, that would be a suitable situation for them. Holmes trying to get the frag on the cross, and he does that. No utility coming through from Bpro. Kind of weird considering that they still do have quite a few smokes between the remaining players, and BlueJay is not struggling to find the frags at all here. Plant going to be in the open. At least the bomb does go down. And D-Face is going to close out the round with that frag. So 2 consecutive rounds here for BlueJays, but not only that, it's been 2 convincing rounds as well.
Yeah, pretty good work out of them. They were forced to buy a ton of utility and reinvest a couple weapons, so it has kept the money more or less reasonable, but still pretty good results for them, I'd say. And considering how things started, it could have been a lot worse at this point. So also the match pause coming in. I think our next map...
A tick. Yeah?
Is it Inferno as well? I think it is.
I'll
check.
Let you know. I'll race you.
You'll race me. I found it. BlueJays picked Inferno.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting one because they got smashed by Fate in the first half on that one and then took it to overtime. Yeah. So I'm just interested to see, like, BlueJays seem to have this pattern of one half being quite one-sided and then things being a little different when it switches over.
Yeah, this is true. In fact, we have quite a large sample size for Inferno for both of these teams, because we also saw Bpro play against Fate on Inferno, and that also went to overtime, if I'm not mistaken, where Bpro closed it out in the death.
So does indicate it could potentially be pretty close, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. All 3 of these teams overlapping, and it doesn't really make for an easy assessment as to who the favorite is, but... considering that it is BlueJays map pick, you probably give them the edge. Have got a technical pause here. Holmes with some FPS issues, so we're just going to figure out exactly what's going on there and what the solution is going to be. But in the meantime, just dissect exactly what's happened for us to get to this point. It was a good start to the first half for BlueJays as they went 4-0 up on their T side, but Bpro started to get into their stride as the players found their frags and actually turned it into a successful half at 10-5. And they picked up the pistol round as well, made it 13-5. BlueJays have shown some signs of strength on their CT side now after they picked up those past 2 buy rounds, and now they've gotten Bpro onto the Ecos. So a good opportunity to find their 8th, reduce the deficit to 5, and actually start to bring themselves into a pretty strong position on the CT side financially and structurally as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been quite a tale of 2 halves here so far. BlueJays, although only getting 2 rounds in this half, the 2 rounds they got have been pretty convincing. So yeah. I think I could make a pretty good case for them actually being on for some sort of comeback. Yeah, it just depends on if they have enough rounds in hand to actually do it, because Bpro only 3 away from closing this out. So
yep,
not a lot of missteps possible if you're BlueJays.
This is true, Mike. They don't have any room for error. They have to be near perfect from here on in to try and keep Bpro from getting to that 16th round. We saw, though, on their CT side that they were near perfect against Fate. That was a 14-1 scoreline, or was it 13-2? I think it was actually 13-2, because then they won the pistol and took it to 15-2, and that's when Fate started to mount their comeback. Anyway,
yeah,
just went to show that they certainly do have what it takes to string together a very solid CT side, and we're going to find out if they've got what it takes to do exactly that against Bpro as well, as we're getting back into the game now.
Yep, hitting it hard. 1 minute 50 left in the round. Plenty of time for both teams to do things. Of course, Bpro are going to be trying to do those things with just Deagle, so life's going to be a little bit tough for them, but they are set up to potentially deal with a push here if anybody decides to walk into A main.
I'm not sure that it's necessary for Sereni to be getting aggressive here by himself. Quite a lot of map control, but if he goes down, that's going to be opening things up. And this is a map where the Deagles across the board can be successful because there are so many long-range battles to be taken. But against the Org, you don't really fancy your chances all that much. I'm going to go for the burst play here out into the A bomb site, just try and overwhelm the defenders. But it's the terrorists who are being overwhelmed at the moment by the superior rifles. And BlueJays are going to win the round without even dropping a single player. That's 2 consecutive rounds where they've kept at least 4 players alive, Mike. Their economy is starting to look pretty good from BlueJays' side, and that's really good, because what that means is if they do lose a round, they're not going to be forced into an eco, because they really don't have that room to work with, as you mentioned earlier on. Yeah,
they got a bit of a buffer, which is going to give them some measure of comfort, and this buy from Bpro actually not that great, considering they were forced to save, so they're going to have to make the nades that they do have count. It looks like they're going for something faster towards Ivy, potentially.
Yeah, I wonder if this is a set play that they're going to try and make happen here. Third, not the best buy, not much utility to work with, so the little bit that they do have remaining is going to be have to use towards the execute. Danny's Law might be able to find a free frag. No, just missing that window of opportunity. Zix, though, still able to capitalize on it. Dimke with the Org finds himself a double. Can he make it a triple? Well, nearly. Sereni robs that from him, but Nikki and NKY finally come into the equation through a main. Might have been able to do that a bit earlier, but the problem for the terrorists is that the bomb is dropped in Ivy, which means BlueJay have got the control. Nikki and NKY opting to split up, one from A main, one coming through Ivy to try and retrieve that bomb. 54 seconds left on that clock. That smoke is going to be denying Nikki any influence on, or impact rather, but he's actually able to work through. Oh, he nearly gets the timing on the frag there. At least he's taken the attention. The spray through the smoke. Oh, Holmes reacting just in time, and he closes out the round by finding Nikki as well.
Tell you what, Matt, I think his FPS is fixed.
Yeah, it certainly looks like it. That was some quick reactions. I wonder if he's been having problems with his FPS throughout the game, because his frags are on the lower side.
Yeah, definitely not what we used to out of him. So maybe now that he's got his tech issues sorted out, we may see him contributing a little bit more. 13-9, Bpro again on, well, not the ideal buy. And actually the money quite low on a couple of players. I guess they're relying on that loss bonus, and they're just going to run in one by one. Lemmings, wow. Lambs to the slaughter.
Are they going to have enough money here with the round loss bonus? They don't have a plant, so I actually think they're still going to be at a bit of a deficiency. Rocking, I mean, he's tasked with the plant here. I don't even think he's going to be able to get out with the bomb. He's going to commit to the jump play, and he just gets out in time. But still, that's only that's the easy part, was getting the bomb. Planting it is a whole nother thing by itself. He's been able to evade them again. Goes back to try and find the frag, and eventually the fancy footwork comes to an end.
Yep, showing the twinkle toes doesn't benefit him in the end, but it certainly entertains us for just a few seconds while nothing really goes on.
Yeah, and there's plenty of money for a buy as well, so that just shows my knowledge on the economy. Not up to scratch at the moment. Of course, that round loss bonus does affect them quite a lot. 5 rounds have been built up over time now, so they've got a lot of money coming into their accounts each round they lose.
Yeah, the changes still take a little bit of getting used to, got to say, and seen in the recent IEM tournament there's some criticism coming out of some pundits on that particular subject. Let's see how things go. The Flash didn't do anything in Dimka there, ready to receive his guests, but he does get traded quite effectively. 3v4 here, and this is favoring those T's nicely.
Yeah, this is finally an advantage for Bpro, but as soon as I say that, Deface even out again, and Madden, oh, he nearly spotted the gun barrel there, but that might be a reprieve here for NKY. Is he going to be able to capitalize? That's the question. He's not at all aware that Madden is in such close proximity, and that is a free frag for BlueJays. That's a problem for Bpro as well, because things are falling apart. The remaining 2 players so far from one another. Nicky's going to get decapitated as well, and Madden having a very influential round for his team here, as Zix is the only player remaining. Did open things up, but he's going to go down as the round is ended. Madden working around that blue train very effectively.
Yeah, pretty efficient out of him. I want to pull out like a horrible football joke, but I'm too tired for that. Gonna have to get coffee in between the maps to build up the dad jokes again.
Yeah, we're trying to bring up a few more of those in the last map, but for now, we still have enough energy to keep those at bay. At least I do. You say you're running out of those fumes.
Yeah, I got to get a little bit more coffee in the system, man.
That's okay. Let's see what's going to happen in this 25th round here. It's an eco for the Bulgarians, and it looks like they're going to be going for another B play here, trying to burst out onto the bomb site and then get the bomb plant. All 5 players in the vicinity. We've got quite a lot of utility as work with as well, considering. So they should at least be able to find that plant. Let's see. BlueJays have got 2 players in the bomb site. One immediately rotating as well. Can they deny this plant? It would be a pretty good success for them if they can. Though Zix finding that kill should mean the bomb's going to go down. And AK as well for him to work with means he could get a bit more done than just allowing the plant. Finds a nice shot there through the smoke onto Madden. Keeps himself alive as well. Bringing his team into the play. Oh, Rocking just missing the mark there. Dimke means that finds that frag, meaning it all falls onto NKY.
Got a tough task at hand, and they do have a smoke as well, so that's not really going to help all that much in the grand scheme of things. They've got the kits. There's no way that he's going to be able to come back into this unless his name is Forrest, and it isn't. So
he's got a Molotov though, Mike.
That was a smoke on the bomb.
Oh, was there? Okay, sorry about that. Well, thanks for picking up on that. All right, well, in the end, it is BlueJays who find their 12th, and they reduce the round deficit to just 1, Mike. They must be really feeling confident about the situation, considering they are on the CT side and their economy is looking as good as it is. Bpro, well, they're going to be starting to exhaust the playbook. If they lose this round here, I think frustration might start to set in.
Yeah, what do you do at that point? How do you deal with this? You just taking pain the whole time and talking about pain. D is dishing it out. His teammate doing the flash dance, but they managed to get away.
That's a simple-esque type play right there. Getting aggressive with the AWP in the close quarters. Finding the frag. Denny's Law with some ingenuity finds the kill onto Sereni, and Bpro absolutely needed that. Zix might be able to find a frag yet. B, no, just missing the opportunity. Although there is still maybe a window for him to get that kill. Nicky finding Madden, and finally it looks like a good round for Bpro, though not done just yet. Zix with his tail between his legs. Not actually making his way out of the B bomb site just yet. Wants to continue to be that ever-present headache. NKY with a good late lurk through Ivy means he catches Dimke off guard. And is this finally going to be a round for Bpro? It's been a while since they've claimed one.
It's looking likely at the moment, especially with Denny's Law hitting a shot there again. He's always influential in these round wins for Bpro, and this is no exception. NKY rounding it out with a double of his own. Now extending the lead to 14-12, but it's been a very long time since we last saw a round out of Bpro up to this point.
It was 13-5 actually. So 7 rounds in a row for BlueJays certainly brought them back into contention this game. Let's see if they're able to punch back here after losing a round. This was the frag which really opened up the map, because that allowed for Nicky to, or rather, there we go, we see the frag. It allowed for NKY to lurk through Ivy. So very nice little boost there from Denny's Law as he closed out the round with that frag as well. Back into real time now. Very important round here for both of these teams. If BlueJays lose this, their economy is not going to be in the best position heading into the final round of the map, or the potential final round.
Yeah, could be dicey for them. They've got a lot to do here. They have been winning most of the rounds in this half, so they should feel fairly confident. But the problem, of course, is they're edging ever closer to that point of no return where Bpro are sitting on map point, and Bpro, of course, within one. So not a lot of wriggle room at all.
Yep. This is going to have to be flawless from BlueJays here on in. They've got 4 AUGs and an AWP, so it's all about the scoped weaponry for them right now. They have been finding majority of their success with these weapons, so no surprise. Holmes looking to get aggressive here. He's going to catch the shoulder peak, and he might just explore for a bit more here. No, opting against it. Logic does prevail, fortunately. And it's actually going to be a fake on the B bomb site here from Bpro. Not really drawing much track, not many rotations. Sereny destroying NKY. Denny's there with the trade, not without receiving a dink for his troubles though. So this is a good position for BlueJays to be in. What can Bpro actually get done here? Again, it's Denny's Law finding all the frags with the AWP. He's actually going to get a quad kill in the round and single-handedly picks up that round for Bpro. Wow.
4 kills on all of 4 HP. Doesn't take a lick of damage after getting dinked.
Jeez.
And he takes them all down. That man is insane. 32 kills now. 113 ADR on him. And he's been a bit quiet in this half, but in the last 2 rounds that they've won, he's been the man who's been making it happen, and he was in that first half for them as well.
Yeah, I don't think that's any coincidence, Mike, that the rounds that he picks up the multi-frags Bpro win. It's a pity that they need to be, or that they so heavily rely on him. But it is what it is. Bpro get themselves to map points, and as I said, if BlueJays did lose the previous round, their economy would be shot heading into this one. And yeah, they don't have much to work with. D with that AWP, a glass AWP at that, glass cannon AWP. Glass cannon rather. He's going to have to try and get the work done, and he does find that first pick, but Zix coming through. Oh, he just misses the timing there. They're still able to make it happen. Denny's Law, reduced to the P250, is able to find that frag onto Sereny. Between him and his teammate, they're going to have to try and make things happen here, but they are on opposite ends of the planet. Nicky has got 3 players converging on him as well, so how much can he get done before he gets taken down? Finds himself 1, but that's all it's going to be.
Denny's Law, he's got 21 HP, a lot more than he had in the previous round when he picked up 3 kills after his opener, so theoretically you'd think he could do it, but I think not, as it were. That's a nice little off angle there from Madden to deal with him effectively. And this map has been seesawing all over the place, 15-13 now. And, well, BlueJays still not out of the woods when it comes to the money, so they're going to have an SMG or 2, but they do have a buy. Bpro will have a buy as well.
Yeah.
We're going to see these 2 teams smash into each other.
If BlueJays can win this round, though, Mike, Bpro aren't going to have much to work with heading into the 30th round of the map. So a lot at stake here for BlueJays. Of course, if they lose it, then Bpro win the map 16-13. So let's see exactly what's going to be happening. It was Bpro who opted for a tactical pause before we head into this all-important round. So the IGL would have been shouting his commands to his troops. Let's see what those commands were.
If you got a man of the map instead of a man of the match, I'd say Denny's Law's got the man of the map.
I think he's the man of the match already, regardless of what happens in the second map. He's just already done so much. Not only has he gotten a lot of kills, they've all been the kills that have allowed Bpro to win the rounds. So look at NKY. He's actually gotten into the A bomb side already. Denny's Law finds the frag at Ivy, which means that BlueJays are going to be drawing their focus towards that part of the map. NKY, what a lurk from him into A, completely undetected. Spots out a second player, comes around the corner, but Dimke, he's got his sights lined up towards Ivy, which means NKY walks straight into them. Dimke forced to rotate 180. That means he gets taken down by Rocking, who should actually be traded out here. He sits with a smoke in his hand, gets taken down by Madden, but again, it's Denny's Law who's being the difference between the 2 teams, ever present with his AWP, racking up the scalps. And it's on Holmes now to try and keep his team in this. Finds the first frag down to a 1 versus 2 here. Good opportunity to get the second. The bomb is not down yet, so no pressure from or on him to start pushing into these players. Try and catch them off guard. He is going to be able to take down Zix. That leaves him Nicky in the 1v1. He may not expect Nicky to be so close, though. Nicky just hearing him crossing towards that green train. And that actually opens up the door here for Nicky to go to the B bomb site. And he's going to do exactly that. But this is a pure 1 versus 1 for Holmes, a very winnable 1 versus 1. Holmes identifying that he may actually be going to the B bomb site. as that bomb goes down. Of course, it's going to be obvious to him. He's got the kit to work with as well as a flash. Nicky getting pretty aggressive here in the post plant, not immediately going for a passive option. And you're going to be able to hear the sound cues as he drops down. Nicky winning the 1v1 with 21 points of health, and Bpro close out the first map 16-13.
Great work out of Bpro there. Nicky also with the close plant, which would have thrown him off. So ESL SEC Season 9, and he's Hayes. Tell us about the game, Hayes. I'm Max.
Okay, welcome, Mr. Extremes. We have got the final map of Bpro versus BlueJays heading on to Inferno. If you're just joining us now, you would have missed train, which Bpro edged out 16-13. And now head into BlueJays playground. And looking forward to see what they've got in store for us. We've seen that they are certainly competent on Inferno in the past. What have they got against the Bulgarians? This is my question. Denny's Law, he's been absolutely nutty. So all eyes should be focused on him at this point.
Yeah, I think you wouldn't be far wrong in suggesting that. That's going to be the man you want to keep a close eye on. Put the magnifying glass on him because, well, either that we're going to put the caster's curse on him and he's going to do nothing this game, or he's going to continue with that insane form that he was showing over on train.
Yeah, I mean, we could probably expect him to be a little bit quieter with the AWP on the T side of Inferno because there's just a lot less opportunity to find frags. But on the CT side, I'm certainly going to be looking to see what he's got up his sleeve. It looks like it's going to be BlueJays who starts on the CT side after they won the knife round. And, well, of course, that means Bpro start on the T side. And we're going to be kicking off with things fairly shortly here. So, BlueJays CT side, Bpro's T side, final map of the evening. Are Bpro going to be taking the series 2-0? Or BlueJays going to edge it out with the map win in the second map? Find out. Like I keep saying, I'm always a big fan of pistol rounds. Let's see what Bpro have got up their sleeve for this T side pistol round. Rocking with utility. Zix has nothing, so that's a feels bad man right there. He wanted to actually go back to buy, but he realized he would have been out of position for the strat then.
Yeah, that's not what you want.
No.
Tough stuff. But hey, if he can land some headshots, I guess it's not going to matter too much. But of course, if he does eat a little bit in terms of the body shots from the USP, that's going to certainly hamper his efforts. Yeah. A little bit of an effort at banana control coming out here. All the players grouped up. So they're going to be taking contact any second now.
Yeah, it's a team play here. Holmes has got the flash. He's going to pop through Madden. He's going to look for the frag, but the flash can he pop? Zix is already swinging around the corner. Takes Madden's head clean off. So before things have really even gotten going, it's going to be BlueJays into the retake here. And they are losing so much health. Nicky takes down Holmes. That means the B bomb site is now in firm control of the Bulgarians. Let's see what they do in the post plant.
Yeah, it's going to be a really tough post plant here for BlueJays to actually get in on the retake. All coming from the same angle as well. Now we got one player towards CT actually edging out there, but NKY, he's going to be denying them that entry. Denny's Law doing his customary thing, mugging his teammate.
What a round for Bpro, making it happen. Very aggressive, hitting their shots. And that's a pretty good start for them heading into the T side of Inferno.
I think for
them,
we're
going to be seeing a pretty aggressive play style out of them in this map, actually, on the T side.
I was going to say the same thing, man. How did you know?
There's got to be something going on. Yeah, I like it, Mike. I like it.
Yeah, well, we'll see what actually transpires. I was expecting a headshot there. Didn't get the delivery I was expecting. Madden now hoping to deliver some headshots of his own, and he gets two. Could he get three? So close.
Nearly finding that third certainly enhances BlueJays' chances of winning this round. Before they know it, they've got themselves a one-man advantage. They've got the scouts on Sereni, and Zix, he's in one-shot potential with that gun. So there is a lot of opportunity for BlueJays to actually turn this round around and potentially win it. Let's see. With so much time left on the clock, Bpro do not need to commit to anything. Looks like they're going to throw some utility towards the B bomb site. They're actually going to be faking with the CT smoke. There are two players towards that A bomb site, one of them being Sereni with that scout. Just missed the timing there, though. He spotted Rocking, swings back, finds that shot, tags him down, and he finds Zix, as I mentioned, within that one-shot territory. There's still plenty of opportunity for him to get some more work done here. Their support is coming through for him as well, so this is a very sticky situation that Bpro find themselves. Dennistor and Rocking going to have to find some heroics here. Rocking, he hits the ground. Surely Dennistor is not going to be able to do this all by himself. Fakes out with the plants. He's trying to use the box as cover, but that does not cover him from the bullets as he gets taken down. BlueJays steal the round.
Stolen and how? Blue Jays. Well, I don't know what a Blue Jay bird does, but if it were a crow, they're pretty good stealing things, right? So, do you think Blue
Yeah.
Jays are good at stealing things? Because this lot certainly stole that round.
Yeah, they did indeed. All they're missing is stole from Locastic, and then there really would be an apt saying right there. Let's see, Bpro. They are on a force buy. So Blue Jays get a reprieve, and they could actually really build on that if they're able to win this round. Then that means they've only got an eco to deal with in the following round, and they could really start to pull themselves ahead in this first half.
Yeah, nice opportunity for them. Bpro again doing their customary deco. Not even really a deco, it's a full deagle force up. They've spent all their money here. And Rockin', well, he's not going to be profiting for that, just gets defaced by deface.
So what would you deem a success then when you go for this sort of buy? Are you only content with when you go for the full force?
I think in this sort of situation, if you do like a substantial amount of economic damage, 3 kills, maybe a bomb plant, even if you don't win it, then you keep the pressure on. You could even justify potentially forcing in the next round. But
yeah,
if you're not going to be able to accomplish that, then it's a bit of a wasted opportunity. But again, the old retrospect thing. If it works, you look great. If it doesn't, you look a little silly. And in this case, they're just getting swatted down here. Not going to have much of a say in this round. I don't think they might not even get a kill here unless somebody gets super lucky, and there's only one somebody left.
Yeah, I just think Inferno is one of the maps that force buys on the T side are just generally unsuccessful. And the fact that they invest completely in the round, I think they shouldn't be content with anything but the round win. I mean, that's why you spend all your economy. You don't spend all your economy to damage your other team's economy, because you've completely impacted yours in the reverse. So I just feel like there should be more intent from these teams who do go for the full force buy to actually win the round, as opposed to just trying to do some damage to their opponents.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damage to opponents? There. Okay.
Do you remember we were singing, when there were a couple Bpro, we were singing their praises for the utility usage specifically on the CT side of this map. So certainly going to be keeping my eye on that one.
Let's see if they manage to get much of a CT side at this stage. It's still early days, but it's looking like it's starting pretty well. So they may have somewhat of an innings yet at 3-1. Yeah. Good start.
Yeah, nicely shut down there with that B aggression coming through from Bpro. Racking up some frags with that Mac 10 was home, so going to be buffering his economy significantly there. I think he got 3 in the end. Yeah, he did, so that's a quick $1,800 in the pocket. And he's actually kept this weapon, or that weapon, heading into this round, which means certainly going to be weaker, but doable.
Oh, the nade's a very weak overall aspect of the Bpro buy. They don't have many. Oh, and that nade over the top. Jeez, cutting them down through the smoke there. Denny's Law not going to play much of a part in this one at all. And NKY on 12 HP. He's not feeling too healthy either, but they do have the numbers advantage. And while they're still Sereni doesn't see a thing.
Yeah, he was so lucky there that the player came flying through the smoke direction. And let's see how that's actually going to be affecting things. A little bit ironic here. Holmes is immediately rotating to A. Sereni's going to B. And then the communication does come through. Well, there's actually nobody coming to A right now. I think you should try and keep tabs on the B bomb side still. He's second guessing himself. And the fact that he only has a Mac 10, you feel like this is a guaranteed round win for Bpro. Still no rotations coming through until Holmes finally does make that call. Somehow he's actually able to get a kill. Surely he can't get the planter. Jeez, like it. Zix there in the final hour to take Holmes down, but he has inflicted some damage, and that might actually spur his teammates on to go for the retake here. Pretty good post-plant positions for the remaining Bpro players. As I say that, Rocking leaves himself completely open, probably anticipating Zix to be watching that, though Zix says, guys, I'm not going to be giving them any opportunity to take me down. I'm the anchor in the bomb site right now. Finally, he times his peak to perfection, and he finds Dimke. He's going to double up onto Sereni as well. Bpro find the round win.
Quad kill out of Zix, and he was looking pretty racy on the previous map, so good to see him continuing his form over. Rocking on that end, well, what form at 0, 1, and 5? Still got to get on the scoreboard. Yeah. At least he avoids the 007 with the assist, but I feel in his case I've bagged on him enough in this season and the previous one, so I'm going to stop now.
Okay. It was Inferno when they were playing against Fate where he struggled so much as well, so I mean, I wonder if that's just one of those things because Inferno really doesn't allow much room for a lurker to work with. And naturally, as rocking is the AWPer, that's just the lurker. That's going to affect the amount of impact that he has on the game.
Yeah, I think that's a good overall point. You hit on some nice stuff over there. I was expecting that nade to do some stuff too, and that's why I sort of trailed off in Madden.
Oh, Madden. Going exploring Christopher Columbus style.
Discovered an undiscovered continent and then blew it up with his big boomstick.
Yeah, like something along those lines. He gets himself another one. Holmes wants to get in the action. So he peeks through for the double. Guys, you're playing against a full buy round against Bpro here. Not a matchmaking eco situation, but they make it look easy. They don't even lose a single player. They get their fourth, Mike. Wow, good stuff from BlueJays.
It's the kind of thing you'd see Bpro do usually, because usually they're outskilling their opponents in this championship, and in this case, BlueJays actually doing a reverse on them in a lot of ways. I don't think Bpro would have been expecting that out of BlueJays at all.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Quite surprised as well. Rocking, what a way to get on the scoreboard. That's one way to get the job done. Taking he defaces deface.
Oh, and that nade.
Huge damage from the utility coming through there. Madden chimes in with the AWP. Dumka gets the double with the Org. And although Bpro find a fancy first frag of the round, that's all it's going to be.
I've got to say the AWPs on BlueJays have been pretty effective. Between Madden and D, both of them actually been pretty influential in the game overall. In the previous one, D was the guy doing the heavy hitting with the AWP, but between the two of them, both very proficient. Obviously, D, not many opportunities on this map yet. Madden, on the other hand, towering above everyone and 13 kills.
Yes, 13 kills inside 7 rounds. Nearly averaging 2 frags around. Those are some phenomenal numbers. Of course, though, that's not something that his team can rely on for the rest of the map. At some stage, it's going to slow down, and the teammates are going to have to bridge that gap. At the moment, BlueJays have been able to take control of Banana, which means they post Madden there by himself with that AWP and rotate those extra 2 players over towards A, meaning that there is a very solid defense on that A bomb site. 4 players there to be precise. Bpro executes as those 2 players arrive, which means that defense is going to be padded up. Holmes, he arrives at the perfect time. There's some good utility usage, means Bpro get themselves in towards the bomb site. Nicky with his well-timed peek here is going to be able to take down Deface. And finally, Bpro do take control of the B bomb site, though. As I say that, Holmes times his peek perfectly. Bomb hasn't gone down yet just yet. Madden, he comes through with the rotation as well. And it just looks like these are the riders of Rohan. A wizard is never early or nor late. He arrives precisely when he needs to. That wizard is Madden, and he takes down Bpro.
Right on time, doesn't he? 15 kills at the moment, and well, you know, he's gone from being the grey to the white at the moment.
Yeah, really. Dominating the AWP affair here. Denny's Law only has 2 kills. 1 kill. Denny's Law has 1 kill, Mike. Like I said, T-side Inferno, not an AWP's playground.
Not at all.
Hasn't really had much chance with an AWP, though, has he?
Has he even had one? I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Again, BlueJays committing 3 players towards Banana in the early stages of the round here, anticipating a rush potentially. And you can see how well they're playing this, Mike, because they keep 3 players there. They know that they're weaker at A, so they hold the utility off until the round has proceeded. Now the aggression's coming through. D, he's in a very tough spot. Lands a nice quick flick shot, though. At least he does get 1.
Oh!
Bpro, they're going to continue pushing here. Nice fast shot from Madden means that the AWP is taken down from Denny's Law. I thought that might be the opportunity Bpro needed. NKY with some fancy footwork around the pillar is going to be able to pick himself up a double. Retrieves the AWP, not the bomb, though. Unfortunately, that got left behind, so he's going to have to try and get back in, and he lands the shot, going for the pistol now because he knows that he's tagged the player up, though he still gets taken down. Nicky finding Gimke means that they are down to the 1v1. Nicky with that AUG. Madden has the AWP, meaning that he's got that 1-shot potential, but should he miss that 1 shot, it should be Nicky finding that kill. So much time left on the clock. These guys are going to be starting to play some mind games with one another. Though this is a good angle from Madden because it doesn't matter where Nicky comes from, whether it's from middle or from here. He's going to get taken down, and it is Madden who lands the shot, winning the 1v1. BlueJays go up 7-2.
Madden doing a Denny's Law in this map. We saw the AWPer from Bpro absolutely raining terror on his opponents over on train, while Madden is doing the same in kind, 18-3. Man is insane.
Yeah. Mad Madden. That's certainly an apt description of him in this map so far. Let's see what Bpro can come up with in this spy round. Hasn't been good so far from them. BlueJays changing it up. Now they don't focus that third player towards B. They rather just keep top control. I'm not sure if they're actually going to go for the deep control here. It looks like it is going to be Madden. He's very comfortable playing around Banana by himself. Blue Jays need to be careful though. They can't always rely on this because once it becomes predictable and you're able to flash the AWP back and you can just rush up Banana, B does become an easy side take. Now, Bpro are pushing into the site with 4 players, but it doesn't make a difference when Zix takes 2 of them down immediately. And it looks like they're actually going to go for the B split here. So it is going to be on Madden's shoulders once again to try and win out this round for his team. He does a good job of finding the first frag, though. Surely he can't find the second. He's forced all the way back onto the bomb site, and he's going to be in the open here. No communication from his teammates that there could be a potential push coming through CT, and that should be the round win for Bpro, considering the situation they find themselves in.
Still possible here for D and Dimka, but they're going to need to hurry up. And there aren't any smokes here to actually hold them off towards Banana. That only smoke they had was deployed towards CT. 2 players backstage as well, so possibilities here, but time is a wasting. And there's the opening kill for Dimka. Both these players quite low, so it's going to be a tough one. Danny's Law on the angle, making it hard for himself, but he gets the one, and D surely bugging out now on 15 HP. He ain't going to want more of this.
That was actually very doable for BlueJays at one stage. You're absolutely correct. After they found that first kill, they still had a smoke to work with as well. They got the grenade onto NKY and family, did a huge chunk of damage to him. Anyway, in the end, it is Bpro who win the round, and they really needed that round win as well. Finally, they find their third. I'm not sure what BlueJays' economy looks like. I actually don't think they have enough for a proper buy here. Of course, these are the replays, having a look exactly what happened in that round. The attempt at the retake here from the remaining BlueJays players. Got that first frag, but the shutdown from Dennis Law meant that D had to save his weapon. So, back into real time now, and BlueJays have been able to eke out a buy. Again, Madden with this AWP up close. He gets the collateral. Well, he gets the first kill, inflicting a heavy amount of damage onto Zix. NKY, though, he's not wasting any time. He pushes straight into the B bomb site, has taken a heavy chunk of damage. He's closed the gap somewhat as well. Madden up close with the AWP is going to miss his shot, and NKY single-handedly blows the door open onto the vault, which is B bomb site.
Yeah, well, the vault has finally been broken. The doors are going to need a little bit of maintenance after that, so probably now for BlueJays, they're going to be looking to hang on to these weapons. They got no money around it, so no point in attempting to go for this. And you're going to see them moving over towards that A bomb site and hoping to back each other up and just get each other out with those weapons. Because without those 3 weapons, even if it's 2, you can't really force around it with the money they have.
Yeah, but I feel because they have the 3rd weapon, it might just force them or push them to go for the force buy. This is that type of strategy you've referred to a few times in the past casts we've done together. The old NIP, when Threat was the coach, they would sometimes allow teams to save these weapons because that would persuade them to force in the next round, which would give NIP a good opportunity to win that round, considering it was another force buy. So let's see if BlueJays are going to commit to it. It's looking like they're holding off at the time being. No, there the investments come in. Yeah. What do you make of that, Mike?
I don't think it's the worst decision. The momentum's been with them, so it's fairly reasonable to expect that they could still get something done with these weapons that they do have. Just depends on how they deal with this. Bpro changing up the speed a little bit and actually taking control away from BlueJays quite early, which is a bit of a change-up. We've seen a lot more banana control coming out of BlueJays early on, and this is actually super dangerous out of D. Don't know if he should be doing this, but he gets away with it.
What a flick, taking down Nicky. You're absolutely right. That was a very bad position that D was in, but somehow, with the assistance of his teammates, he's actually able to get out. Not only does he get out, he gets the kill. And that's actually potential for an upgrade now. For one of these SMGs, they're going to be able to grab an AK. That certainly does enhance BlueJays' chances. BlueJays' glances. Oh, this could be a big grenade here. Dimke, just missing the mark. Rocking, fortunately getting ahead of that. Quite a few of his teammates following suit. They're going to be all pushing through apps here. 4 of them to be precise. Good teamwork though. Zix takes an opposite angle to his teammate. And Rocking doing a good job with the entries means Bpro do take control of A.
Nicely done by them. The bomb will go down and you'll see those 2 BlueJays scampering away. I want to say like a BlueJay, but I don't know what a BlueJay does, so I'm kind of feeling on the fence on that one, Matt.
Yeah, you're going to have to do some research before we cast BlueJays again, Mike. I feel like you really want to know what the common characteristics of a BlueJay are.
Oh, I'm Googling it right now.
Oh, okay, well, there we go. Why wait until the next cast? Let's get that info right now. So, great stuff here from Bpro. They really have turned things around in this first half as they pick up their 5th round now.
Well, the blue jay is very aggressive and territorial. Groups of blue jays often attack intruders and predators.
Okay, well, I mean, I suppose that's a fairly good description of what we've been seeing so far.
That's ironic.
Angry birds. Don't know if I'd describe a Bulgarian like. Oh no, these are the Serbians. Excuse me, Blue Jays. I don't know if I'd. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so it's gonna be a save round now for Blue Jays. As I was saying, Bpro have looked a lot better in these past few rounds.
Yeah, they got a good opportunity now. It was a really slow start to D with the boost, and he finds him.
Wow,
You can't hide even in the ditch.
Yeah, that was a really nice boost there from D-Face. Quick reactions as well. Uses the smoke to extinguish the Molotov. That gives him a gap to work with, but the gap is not used. He lands the next shot. Oh, Sereny comes through with some perfectly timed support. D-Face tapping away at the USP, probably expected to be taken down, but somehow he stays alive.
He should have gotten nothing, but he got everything.
Not only should he have gotten nothing, he should have died as well. Great opportunity for Blue Jays to steal around here from Bpro. Still, Nicky and Dennis are going to do everything they can to deny exactly that. And it's not looking likely. D-Face finds himself another kill. Sereny, is he going to be the man to close this one out? Potential. Nicky is in naps, using this angle to try and catch a CT off guard here. Does push through. He's been spotted, and he gets taken down. Mike, tell me, have you seen Saving Private Ryan?
Many times.
Do you remember that scene towards the end where the guy is shooting the tank with a pistol and he's just waiting to die?
And then the tank explodes as the P-51 flies over as it drops a bomb on it. Yep.
So I feel like that was the exact same thing where D was just firing relentlessly with SP, expecting to be taken down at any moment. And Sereny just came through in the back lines there and completely turned the fight around.
The artillery, the airstrike from the Deagle.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. D, though, I got to say, he's showing up a little bit more after Madden was getting all the limelight. He decided he's going to get himself a piece of that. And now Nicky and co looking for a piece of those B defenders. Madden, one of the men over there. And eats a nade for his trouble. Double nade, in fact, on 28 HP, and he's still standing on the angle. That is some tenacity.
He's been pretty predictable, I must say. He's done that quite a few times consecutively now. Bpro is starting to become aware of it and using their utility accordingly. Looks like Bpro are going to go for the all-in B play here. All 5 players grouped up in Banana. Only 2 players for Blue Jays. Not even any immediate responses. So these guys are going to have to find at least 2 kills between the 2 of them. I'd say 3 would be the ideal amount before they lose control of the bomb sites, assuming that they will lose control of the bomb sites.
Ooh, that could be a nade.
Make assumptions though. Denny's Law, he's able to find Madden before Madden even has an impact on the flashes point, and that means Holmes goes down without an impact as well, and that's probably the round over for Bpro.
Nice and easy does it. We should see the save attempt coming in here for Blue Jays yet again. Again, the money not the greatest, but the 2 dead players will be able to buy at least, so they keep the 3 guns.
Yeah, D-Face still doing a good job. At least they
the 2 guns.
Yeah, they do have 3 players who will be able to buy in the next round, so they actually can't afford to drop 1 more weapon. The fact that they do now changes the complexity of the buy in the following round quite significantly, and the fact that he goes down as well now really changes the complexity.
I feel like we jumped the gun on that one, man.
Yeah, that's true. We really did one by one dissect that and then just have it completely changed. All right, well, it is the last round of the half as well, so they're going to be investing everything they've got regardless.
Just
look at the frags.
Yeah,
20 for Madden. And then 3 of the remaining 4 teammates have single digits.
That's nutty.
Yeah, that is nutty. That's not going to bode too well on the T side.
Thinking that peek around the smoke's been done a bit too much. I'm glad he pulled out of it because I think there is a player waiting for him in Banana there. Madden taking a slightly different angle and not challenging him just yet. So he gets away with it, and as I say that, the peak comes in, but he will live. Seems to have all the luck in the world.
That's a very high impact play coming through from Madden, finding a kill keep. I've maintaining Bpro expend extra utility, the limited amount of which they have remaining. Eventually, Bpro do start to proceed forward, and Nicky actually catches Madden in the back. That's huge, but do they expect a player to be in the sandbags here? Here, Holmes could come up huge for his team. In fact, the information that he's retrieving alone is massive because he realizes there's no more players in this B-bomb site until there's one in logs. Nicky just comes out at the last moment. Holmes is able to react quick enough. Where do Bpro go from here? Decisions. Looks like they're going to be doubling back towards the B-bomb sites. There is only one player here for BlueJays. They're certainly anticipating Bpro to go A. And Holmes is going to have to get the job done here by himself. Nice jump work from him means that he gets on top of family. Certainly won't be checked by Bpro immediately. It means he gets the first kill. And then he completely messes it up. He was within 2 mines. They didn't know whether to stay or drop down. Means it cost him his life. The indecision. And at least BlueJays do have the one-man advantage in the post-plant. Is he going to walk straight through the smoke? He does indeed. The hero play. And Saren, he finds both of them. This man has balls of steel.
He absolutely does, and we saw him throughout Season 8, wreaking some terror, some horror, all sorts of things, ending in on his team, but not his team, what I'm saying, his opponents. And that leaves us in a 9-6 BlueJays, actually salvaging the half quite nicely after it looked like they maybe let go of control to Bpro a few rounds ago. And looking at the scoreboard over there, still Madden towering above the others, D-Face jumping in as well, the 2 AWPers for BlueJays. The guys doing the majority of the damage. Sereni in the last round coming in with some heroics. On the other side, Zix had a couple nice rounds. We saw 1 or 2 individual plays, but theirs was more based off their hits together as a team rather than one individual blowing things apart.
Yeah, for sure. And that's certainly the more sustainable model. Shout out to Prophecy, dropping the knowledge bombs as well. Yeah, gave us some information on the BlueJay. Like squirrels, BlueJays are known to hide their nuts for later consumption.
No comment.
So, second and final pistol round. It is an interesting stat from Bpro. They've got 3 players in apps right at the start, perhaps anticipating a rush. I do remember BlueJays went for the full A rush through apps in their last T-side pistol round against Fate. So perhaps doing a bit of research there, identifying the potential for that rush. It is a rush in the latter stages of the round. All 4 players grouping up, and it looks like they're going to be going for a B split here. 1 player in Banana, 4 of them charging through CT. Nicky, he is going to be left helpless in the situation. And in fact, what are BlueJays doing? They change their minds and they actually go for the worst off decision. Of course, they wouldn't be aware of that. Maybe they still make it work though. D-Face finds NKY. Sereni getting 1 as well. What is going on? This round has been turned on its head from extreme to extreme. Zix, he gets caught in no man's land as well. Bpro are asking themselves what are going on. The terrorists are coming out of everywhere.
Yeah, that was a little bit puzzling, I gotta say, the way BlueJays decided to fake towards B on the split and then come back. And I didn't think it was going to work at those sorts of ranges, as you were saying. Not a very favorable sort of engagement, trying to fight somebody in pit with those Glocks, but they make it work. They hit their shots. And BlueJays now in a really good position in the game overall. Bpro, however, committing to the force here. They're going to be looking to strike back early, keep that economy of their opponents under lock and key.
Yeah. I'm not sure I like this decision from BlueJays to go so around. Considering they just won the pistol, they know that they're going to have the weaponry advantage, and just going for a blind rush into a bomb site certainly does give the pistols more opportunity at finding success. Where do BlueJays go from here? Looks like they're going to actually group up and go into the bomb site. Good decision from Bpro, means they rotated that extra man over. So they're going to be well prepared to defend this bomb site. Already with Denny's Law taking down Madden means their job is even easier.
At least for them, they do have the rifles left, so they could land some of these shots. And there's Sereni opening his account.
Yeah,
CT being held off nicely. Yeah,
great job from the entries here for BlueJays. They really did need those frags to come through. And it's on NKY, Zix, as well as Rocking to try and grab this round for their team. 2 of those 3 players are coming through Banana. And Dimke has dealt with those 2 players in quick fashion there, taking them both down. NKY now left in the 1v3 with the Desert Eagle. Can he bring some insane clutch to the table? No, it is going to be Dimke with a quad kill in the round and salvaging it at that, considering it was a 5 versus 3 at one stage.
Yes, indeed. 5 versus 3 to everybody dead sort of situation. Not ideal if you start off that well, but BlueJay is going to be very relieved they managed to pull that one out of the fire.
Yeah, they certainly will be. Let's see what they can do in this anti-eco? Wow, so much damage being done with grenades from Bpro, and the USP
Oh!
What is going on? Nikki and Ziggs finding themselves 3 kills. Nikki may be able to get another one here with the USP. He times his push well, goes for the AK-47. He gets the kill. Dimke, all of a sudden, the only man remaining. I know he got a quad kill in the previous round, but I'm not sure he's capable of doing that again. At least he's going to be able to upgrade his Galil to an AK-47, but will he even have a head to operate that Galil with? No, he's going to get taken down by Nikki. Bpro winning the most unlikely round.
Matt, that was absolutely nuts. How did that work? I mean, I'll ask you.
I have no idea. That was some good calculated utility usage from Bpro and some questionable decisions from BlueJays, Mike.
And a little bit of luck thrown in as well, I think. But
yeah, probably one of the more influential elements too.
BlueJays now on a force buy. Nade does but a tickle upon Madden, dropped to 98. And Sereni going to get super aggressive, but there's somebody around the corner. That's NKY, ready to deal with him.
Such a pity that there was nobody there to trade Sereni out, because if they were able to take down NKY immediately, it meant a push onto that B bomb site. Now, NKY is doing all the damage by himself. He finds a triple. This is huge, shutting down BlueJays single-handedly. Oh, from extreme to extreme. Had they traded that kill out, that was the B bomb site in control of BlueJays. Now, they find themselves worse off in a 2 versus 4 here.
Yeah, a bit of a tough spot for them. It's not really... You know, I was feeling a little bit frustrated for the man because like it looked like such a good opening for them, and then it just goes awry because of the lack of support play. And for BlueJays, I know they're in the lead, but a lot of that is based on the individuals on the CT side putting them there in that place in the first place, and they're going to need to work together. Nobody's spotting the guy in pit, actually.
I think they did see him, and they just used that opportunity to get it past him as he was jump spotting. So they're going to get a bomb plant at the bare minimum here. They have to try and root him out as fast as they can, though. So all Rocky needs to do at this point to stay alive. Finding frags on top of that is gravy, but his presence alone is what's going to win his team this round until Holmes gets the double. Oh my god, he nearly turns that onto Rocking as well. If he had hit that headshot immediately, the adrenaline would have been pumping, but not to be. At least the damage is done, though.
Yeah, a lot of damage done, in fact, to that CT economy. The CTs will be up on 8 now, so within 3, drawing a little bit closer. And they got the bomb plants. The BlueJays have got some money for pistols, but surely they're not going to force into this one.
Yeah, that would not be advisable whatsoever. As we get a quick look at the score lines here, Madden head and shoulders above the rest, as he's found himself 23 kills in the game so far. From Bpro's perspective, Danny's Law and Rocking really need to start finding their footing here for Bpro to come back in the second half and potentially pick up the win. Madden, he's going to add another one to his tally with that HE grenade. Dimke surely can't get one. Oh, he gets baited by the M4. Hate to see it.
Does hurt when that happens, and well, a little bit of pain being dished out, Chan, through the smoke. In fact, Sereni with the fadeaway deagle headshot.
Nicky's in trouble as well. He doesn't have too much health to work with, but he is landing his shots. And Holmes, the only man remaining, is going to try and close the gap. Actually gets that kill with the P250, nearly taps away at Denny's Law as well. And these rounds have been pretty close for Bpro. I must say, BlueJays doing a lot of damage in the rounds they're losing.
Yeah, they are doing quite a bit of damage, so that's keeping the economy within check at least.
Yeah.
BlueJays got a pretty strong buy here, all things considered as well, so they could have even gone for an AWP if they wanted to, but as you mentioned earlier on, this map, not the greatest playground for T-side AWP, is probably better to hold off on it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Doesn't need an AWP apparently in Madden's
case.
Wow,
make that 2 players already being taken down, and that was from hyper aggression. Bpro pushing down middle. Holmes finds Nikki, Sereni finds Denny's Law, and Bpro are just walking into BlueJays' crosshair at this point, Mike. I mean, I could understand such aggressive plays when you're ahead, or when you're against a weaker buyer potentially, but that was questionable at best.
Indeed it was. It's a little bit of a puzzling situation. They managed to keep all 5 alive for BlueJays as well, which means they'll have a little bit of economic momentum now. And for Bpro, well, they're struggling a little bit. Look at that buy.
Yeah, that is not a pretty buy whatsoever. Quick shout out to my boys. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Always appreciate the support. Of course, to everybody else as well. This is ESL Southeast Europe Championship. We're in the final map of the evening, sponsored by Pringles. So if, in case you weren't hungry already, just mentioning that name alone, I'm sure, has got the taste buds salivating.
Yep, definitely. Could do with a snack now, although in your case you haven't even had dinner, have you?
Yeah, I have not. The adrenaline though is filling my stomach, so I'm still good. I'm still good. We're gonna have to keep pushing on. Madden, he finds Nikki pushing through the smoke. Wow, Bpro just seems so antsy at the moment. They can't keep themselves still. They're really just constantly poking and prodding, and it's costing them.
Madden doing a lot of that poking. Yeah, in return, shall we say. And Denny's Law poking through the smoke now. Can he profit from this? Gets almost two there, so close. I think he really needed that. And Zix now, he's looking to maybe find somebody there if he can. It could perhaps turn things towards them, but the problem being two pistols and...
No. Oh, the timing does not work out for Bpro. NKY all by himself. He only has the choice to save the rifle. Yeah, surely he's not going to be committing to the retake. I mean, if he knew that two of the players were as low as they are, maybe that would give him the confidence to go for it. But he's going to get taken down by Madden's AWP. BlueJays find their 13th, reset Bpro's economy, and put themselves in a commanding position.
Certainly they do. Bpro in a very tough spot, actually. Don't know how they're going to get out of this, Matt. Can you see it?
Well, they're going to need a ladder to start because they've dug themselves a pretty deep hole.
Yeah, very much so. And we were singing the praises of Denny's Law on Train. He was so good. He's had the AWP a couple times now on CT side and hasn't really had much of an impact in comparison. I mean, he was, what, in 33 kills in the previous map?
Yeah. He had a banger, to put it lightly. And maybe that's one of the reasons he's been struggling, because he was riding such a high side. He just wasn't able to find that momentum and that traction, and that allowed the frustration to come in. All 5 players from Bpro in middle now, just slowly trying to walk their way down, but they are found out. D, he's in a spot above here. He could go down. Nope, the P250 gets the work done. Dimka in support means that they're going to find their 14th round. They are now within touching distance of closing out this map. If they win this round, they get themselves to map points, and this is going to be an all-in from Bpro. Do you agree with the buy here, Mike?
I think they're in a situation where they don't have a heck of a lot of choice to try to play for overtime from a position of map point for BlueJays. It's not really a sustainable spot to be in, so I can understand why they're going for it. And Madden, he's running through the fire, through the flames, and lives on 14 HP.
I thought he was done for, and the grenades do come through. All right, so 4 pieces of utility eventually his device. 2 Molotovs, 2 HE grenades, and that's way too much for any one man to sustain. So, good start for Bpro. Finally, they needed it. They get themselves a kill. And they just need to sit back and maintain control of the bomb site. Someone needs to remind them that they're playing CT now. Things have changed.
And again, we also got to remind everybody else that Bpro, one of the best teams in Season 8, one of the teams we should consider favorites. They should be winning every map, and they're in the position now where they're in a lot of trouble.
Sereny, he finds a kill, identifies the location of the second B player, and because he's gotten that kill, actually forced a rotation. It looks like BlueJays are going to commit to this. A smart push through smoke, though, from NKY. Catches them off guard. No return there, but switching to the P250 does allow for that frag to come through. Ooh, I think that Denny's Law actually misplayed that. If he had just hidden on the bomb site, BlueJays would have pushed in blindly. Now he's going to be mollied out of position, and he's going to have to make some magic happen here. He does get the kill trade, though, with that Molotov leaving a 1 versus 2 with D. Being that one remaining player, Rocking is just going to casually walk through the smoke here. No.
Oh, he saw him.
Oh, D spots him. And now he has a chance to close us out in the 1v1. Zix is going to drop his smoke to try and give him an opportunity to enter into the bomb site. And the smoke is actually used now by D, who drops back towards the coffins, playing on the edge here. There's no ways that Zix anticipates this, but D starts to second guess himself with the no scope up close. It's going to be D-Face to win it out. Blueface get to map points, and that is insane. I can't believe BlueJays win that round.
D needs to get himself a sticker for that AWP and call it shotgun.
Yeah, that's certainly one way to describe his weapon. The barrel in the nostril of Zix, and it does take him clean down. Guys, my name is Hayes. You can find me on social media at HayesCasting. You can find my co-caster Extremes at Extremes. We do appreciate all the support. And if you'd like to just keep up to date with the games, we're always posting when we're casting there. So, yeah, that's a good way to do it. Very close game here on the cards. BlueJays would love to walk away with the win, and this is a prime opportunity for them to do it. Nicky gets himself a kill. Is the trade there? It is eventually coming through after Zix does take down Holmes elsewhere on the map. As I say, this is a very good opportunity for BlueJays to get the win because of the weaponry Bpro have to work with.
Numbers not on their side at the moment, but they do have the equipment, so and the HP on Zix is going to be an issue at some point. Only one player towards B, NKY. He's got a lot on his shoulders with nothing but a UMP, and support is on its way. Will it be in time to deal with things? You've got to expect some smokes and flashes are going to go in. Or are they going to decide to walk in dry here? Madden looking a little bit racy. And they're going quite quickly. He anticipates it perfectly, and there's the trade as well from his teammates, leaving it in a 2v2. Oh, what a shot!
Takes down Denny's Law. It's all on Zix's shoulders to try and keep his team in this game. 15 points of health, a FAMAS, and a dream. No kit either, Mike. Everything is against him. Can he do everything against those odds? No, he's going to get taken down by D-Faces. BlueJays win the round, and they win the map with that 16-9. Mike, I just want to talk about a play in the previous round. What was Rocking thinking in that smoke?